ICE's ERO Boston captures Brazilian non-citizen charged with raping Massachusetts child. Lowell, Mass. Enforcement and Removal Operations ERO Boston arrested a Brazilian national charged with raping a Massachusetts minor. U.S. Border Patrol officials arrested the Brazilian national, along with his mother and father, July 28, 2021, after they unlawfully entered the United States. Near San Luis, Arizona. Authorities served the Brazilian non-citizen with a notice to appear before a Department of Justice immigration judge. The non-citizen and his family were then released from custody on an order of recognizance. On December 2023, the Milford Police Department issued a warrant for his arrest for the charges of rape of a child and enticement of a child under 16. The Portland, Maine Police Department arrested the Brazilian non-citizen January 10, 2024 for the offense of fugitive from justice stemming from a warrant issued by the Milford Police Department for the child rape and enticement charges. Maine's Cumberland County Jail transported him to the custody of the Worcester County Sheriff's Office in Massachusetts. ERO Boston lodged an immigration detainer against the Brazilian non-citizen with the Cumberland County Jail. The immigration detainer was provided to the Worcester County Sheriff's Office upon transfer of the Brazilian national. On January 25th, the Milford District Court failed to honor ERO Boston's immigration detainer and released the non-citizen from custody after he paid $5,000 in bail. This is an article from USA Today. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm just going to read you the headline. I went to day one of Trump's criminal trial and realized something. Not enough people care. And would you like to know why nobody gives a shit about these made-up charges? This is why. We have foreign invaders coming into our country, violating American children, and then they get released, this time on $5,000 bail. That is a real crime, though. Enticing and raping a child under the age of 16, that is a crime because you know why it's a crime. The age of consent is 18. And he got off with $5,000 worth of bail, paying $5,000 in bail. Donald Trump raped nobody, called the person that he didn't rape a nut job or a whack job or something, and then he got sued for defamation for something he didn't even do. $83 million. The document case, the classified documents, that should be disqualified too because Joe Biden did the exact same thing. And he wasn't even president, so he didn't even have the capability of declassifying them like Donald Trump did when he was president. And the biggest one of all, questioning the 2020 election. May I remind you that this Brazilian national, he came into the United States illegally in 2021. Guess when that was? 1 year after Donald Trump was forcibly removed out of office for this fraud we have as a fucking president. Because of Joe Biden's policy of letting every migrant surge to the border, letting them all in the country, that is why we have a Brazilian national in Massachusetts arrested for raping and enticing a minor under the age of 16. So, let me reiterate. This Brazilian national was allowed to rape a child, 16, because of the fraudulent president we have right now, allowing illegal aliens of all nationalities to come in and wreak havoc on American citizens of apparently any age. Joe Biden should be in court for allowing this to happen. The judge should be in court for releasing a fucking rapist on $5,000 bail. The only guy who should be on trial, I just said there should be like 2 people on trial. Joe Biden and the judge who let him go. So the only one who shouldn't be on trial is the one who is on trial, Donald J. Trump. Just try to rationalize that. Because of this president, we have had a 15-year-old girl be raped by a migrant living in a shelter, a hotel really. Because of Joe Biden, we have had someone who was ran down by an SUV, then backed over, and then repeatedly hit in the head with a brick 20 times. And because of this president, minors are in danger. And I'm not just talking about the fact that he's a pedophile. He likes to sniff children and take showers with his daughter. Minors are in danger because of what I just reported on. This Brazilian national raped and enticed a 16-year-old. Because of this president, a literal MS-13 gang member in Chelsea was arrested for assaulting police. And because of this president, we had another foreigner arrested for 9 counts of indecent assault and battery on a child less than 14. Joe Biden should definitely be on trial right now, explaining why he let all these clearly criminals in the country and they just commit crimes. The stuff that I just read to you. I'm not even talking about the fact that they're here illegally is a crime itself, which it is. You gotta realize that when Americans hear stories like this, they feel less safe. I guarantee you, if Trump was president right now, and this Brazilian national was arrested under Trump for raping and enticing a minor, 16 years old, I'm predicting one of 3 things would have happened. 1, he would have been deported. 2, he would have been thrown in jail. And 3, he would have been shot for violating a minor in such a perverse way. I mean, the judge gave him $5,000 bail. Not really gave him $5,000, but as a decision, he paid $5,000 bail and has a GPS tracking monitor on his foot or ankle. Oh, an ankle monitor, huh? Just do a quick Google search and you will find out that you can remove an ankle monitor with simply using a pair of bolt cutters or a pair of scissors. Remember, Joe Biden was the guy and is the guy who supposedly beat Donald Trump by getting 81 million votes, the most popular president in U.S. history with 81 million votes, bringing in criminal aliens to make them feel less safe every day. But he's the most popular somehow. We all need our own Texas law. The world's largest mass deportation operation in human history. I will never be against that. But we all have to understand that it is a necessity more now than ever before. We need to clear out these people. Patriots were arrested for trespassing on the Capitol on January 6th. But illegal aliens who trespassed into the country, they apparently can commit crimes and get away with it just by paying $5,000 in bonds, or even less than that. And you know why they can just commit crimes and stay here forever? Because they know the secret phrase, I fear persecution. That's one of the reasons we allow these people to seek asylum, because they claim they need it. They need asylum because of fear of persecution. And wherever you get that information, whether it be through a packet from Israel, whether it be through a quick Google search, whatever the case may be, they know the secret phrase. And obviously they're not afraid to use it. But you know what I think, and probably a lot of other Americans think the same way? If you are fleeing persecution or violence or whatever the case may be, you're going to come over to the United States of America. You're going to come over to the United States of America and rape a minor, fucking run someone over twice and then hit them with a hammer 20 times. If you're going to claim to flee persecution or violence, don't come over here and commit the same type of violence on American citizens. It will not be tolerated under President Trump. Apparently it's tolerated under Joe Biden. But it will not be tolerated under President Trump. I guarantee you that.